Hello, my friends. I have a fun winter project for you, or winter or Christmas or anything you'd like, depending on what title you put on it. This is it. This card is called Merry Christmas, and it's using my snow globe because I love that snow globe so much, and it's so much fun to think of different things to put in there. And this technique is using masking. Now, probably a lot of you are completely familiar with masking. You know exactly what it is. You can look at this card and figure out exactly how I did it. But some of you might be a little newer to stamping because I am getting a lot of new stampers coming on board. And you'll notice that this green tree back here is behind the snowman. And you can see that I stamped. How did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, how did I get the Christmas tree over there and then the snowman on top? So I'm going to show you because it's called this fun little technique called masking. So let's get started. I've already stamped my snow globe. And now what I'm going to do is stamp my snowman. But haha, in the interest of time, because I'm always told that I take too much time. Not by any one of you, but by my husband. So I already stamped my snowman. Now what I'm going to do is I stamped my snowman on a piece of scratch paper. Now I prefer to use the thinnest paper I can find, so I usually get copy paper. You can also use like Post-it notes because that's already has the little bit of stickiness on the back. Something that's just really, really thin. There's even companies out there that sell masking paper or masking film to use this for. So you just stamp it on that or scratch paper, whatever you have, and you're going to cut it out. And when you cut it out, you want to make sure you get as close as you can to that edge. So you're just going to go all the way around. And on his arms, you have to get it exactly right. And I've already cut out one of those. And you can see I've already used it because he's kind of dirty looking. But then you can see that I have my little snowman. And look at his little tiny arms. That was the hardest part to cut out, I'll be honest. But that was the hardest part. Now what I'm going to do is I put temporary adhesive on the back. And in all honesty, I ran out of temporary adhesive. So here's a little trick. I used permanent adhesive. And then I was going like this. Well, probably shouldn't do my shirt. But I was going like this to try to get it like less gummy. And so I was putting it on my skin and just getting it. So now it's still sticky, but trust me, it's very temporary. So I made my own temporary adhesive. Okay, so now I'm going to put it right on top of my original stamped image. And a tip with masking, and this is going to sound really, really weird, but a tip with masking is whatever you stamp first is going to end up on top. Okay, so let me show you this. So I stamped my snowman first, and he is on top. Okay, it seems weird, but once you do it once or twice, you'll go, oh, I get it. I see what she means. Oh, she's not crazy after all. Okay, now I have my snowman there, and he's pushed down. You got to get those arms in there and everything. So he's covering the other snowman. And now I'm going to get my Christmas tree stamp, which is so stinking cute. I think I'm allowed to say that. I designed it, but I still think it's cute. Okay. And with the solid stamps, we've talked about this before, depending on the texture you want, like you can, you know, go like this to get like a long texture, or dot it like this to get more of a dotted texture, but I want stripes. So, okay, and I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to stamp on my project on top of my mask also. So it's just masking so it doesn't show in that one area. And so I'm going to line it up right there and stamp. And you know what? I'm going to be tricky, and I'm going to do another one on the other side so you can really get the effect. This tree will have a different texture. And I'm going to line this one up here, kind of behind over here, and I'm just going to stamp. Okay, are you ready? Now we could add more to our tree, but in the interest of time, we'll just do one. And then you gently peel off, because remember you're using that temporary adhesive. You gently pull off. Oh, now I have some trees behind my snowman. Isn't that cute? So now I want to add some more fun things like some snowflakes. So let's get the little tiny snowflake. There's 3 snowflakes in this set. So get whichever ones you want, or all of them if you'd like. And I'm going to use some silver because snowflakes could be silver. I'm just going to add some of those. And for the base of the snow globe, I wanted that to be a different color. Now, of course, you could just color that in with some colored pencils or the markers, anything you'd like. But sometimes I like to do more paper piecing because I'm back from the olden days when we paper pieced in our scrapbooks, and I think that's kind of coming back. So I just stamped a little tiny bit on some scratch paper, and I'm simply going to cut this out Normally I'd use a trimmer, but for something this small, I can just go along the edges really quick. And this is nice straight cuts, so that makes it even easier. And the fun thing with this is that it's going to have a little bit of speckles in it because this cardstock has some speckles in it. So it kind of goes back to the whole snow globe effect. And I usually work on scratch paper when I'm adhering. And then I can add this to my base. Now, one more trick before we finish, because our snow globe looks great, but it still needs some more like little snow or something. So I did an opposite mask. See, I cut out around the snow globe, same technique, and I'm just going to cover around my snow globe. So now I'm masking the outside of my snow globe. And I'm just going to use one of these little pouncers, and I'm sure they have a name, and I'm sure somebody will email me to tell me the name of it, but it's a pouncer. And I'm going to get some, and I just pounce like that and pounce like that, because I want my snowman and the outside of my snow globe to have some snow. So now I'm going to lift that up. Yay! And I don't have any snow outside of my snow globe. So there you go. And here again is the finished card, so you can get an idea of what that looks like. Then I also just stamped some extra snowflakes. Those snowflakes are so fun. I stamped those, and then I added the little title, Merry Christmas. So I can't wait to see your snow globes and your masking techniques. Make sure you upload them to our gallery, okay? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.